Hello, Mr. Carson.
What's up?
All right. Not much, sir. We got about 9 more minutes before our people are marked late, and then what's going to happen is we're going to get into today's program. So you may want to locate the new link and get started on it.
Did I submit last from yesterday? I don't think I ever pressed submit.
Let me take a look. As I did look at grades this morning. Someone else is coming into the room. Give me 1 second. I got to figure out who this is. Hello, Miss Greer. All right. We just got to keep our cameras on. Let's
I'm
see here.
from yeah.
There we go. So 8 minutes, we're going to start with the norms and the program for today. You did not submit it, Mr. Carson.
Okay.
Hello, Miss Love. Need you to turn on your camera and thank you. Um, you got 5 minutes before we start. The link is in Ensby. Try to find the link. When the 5 minutes is up, I'll share the link to the chat if you can't find it. So Tyra Allen is absent. Is this computer science? Yes, computer science. Michael Brown is absent. Mr. Carson is present. Cervantes is absent. Miss Cherry is absent. Roymond Davis is absent. John Tez Goss absent. Miss Greer is present. Jamel Harris absent. Joshua Hill absent. Yvonne absent. Daniel absent. Jamaria Jones absent. Romel Lee absent. Tamia Love present. Lanier Robinson absent. Alika Vernon absent. Monet Worthy absent. They got about less than 3 more minutes to come in here before they're completely absent. Uh, Less than 3 more minutes of our grace period. You should be establishing uh, a new. Let me set it up like it should be for you guys. Should be establishing a new project for Scratch. Okay, and let's see here. We're gonna go to MIT. Somebody's typing. Okay, hold on. What is this?
No, I just put the link in the chat for
Oh,
everybody.
oh, dude, you're like bulldog material. Thanks. Yeah, I think you got it right. That is because it's the last is that 90. Yeah, 909 090. Okay. So thanks to Mr. Carson, there's a link for you guys in advance. Um, the site you go to establish your new Scratch project is MIT Scratch, right? And I'm gonna go here. So you should have one screen ready to begin programming. The other screen should have this Scratch project up that Mr. Carson just put in the chat. So a couple more minutes, we're gonna go through our norms and well, not a couple more minutes, a minute, and then we'll go into this and I'll program a little bit with you, but I want to explain what you have to do because things change at this point. So take a moment while you're waiting to start the program and see what it does, and then start thinking about how you're going to recreate it in your own way. Okay, so we got that out the way. So everybody else, let's share this to office. Everybody else is late or not is absent basically and late. Okay, so let's work with what we have. We got the norms next. All right, we all know the routine. Um, Zoom in. There we go. So we'll go down the list and we're going to tackle these norms together. So let me get my list going. First up is Miss Greer. Can you read number one? Miss Greer, you there? She looks frozen. All right, I'm gonna come back to her. Mr. Carson, can you read number one?
No one has the right to hurt another person.
Cool. Number two, Miss Love.
Education in the classroom is sacred.
Thank you. Number three, Miss Greer. She seems there.
I'm here. I
Okay,
just
can you read number
just
three, please? Do you see number three?
I can't even see it. It's all blurry.
Okay, let me put it in the
We will
chat.
never behave in a way that would discredit ourselves, our school, and our family.
There you go. Thank you. This is me making sure to check. Just bear with me. I want to make sure everything's functional. You guys in number four, Mr. Carson.
My boy, an Excel Academy software student is always a lady or general.
Thank you, sir. Miss Love, number five.
We take pride in Excel Academy Southwest.
Thank you. Miss Greer, number one.
We respect the other, we respect the opinions of others.
Thank you. Mr. Carson, number two.
We respect the culture of the classroom.
Thank you. Miss Love, number three.
We are attentive and participate.
Awesome. Number four, Miss Greer.
We have high expectations of ourselves, our peers, and our teachers.
Number five, Mr. Carson. Thanks, Miss Greer.
We are here to focus on preparing ourselves for post-secondary endeavors.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so we did our norms. Now let's jump into today's program. And all we're doing is we're recreating this project here. Now, in this project, let me expand it a little bit. You end up, when you're expanding it, you click on the flag. And when you click on the flag, you'll notice that you have unhealthy food servings eaten, two, fruit servings eating, zero, recommended servings of fruit, three. Now, that's what you're going to be putting in your code, but I want you to pay attention to what's on the countertops. Now, there is a way you get the maximum credit if you can recreate this entire project, but with your own foods, right? So, meaning instead of an apple, what do you consider healthy in your household? Instead
So
of the
we
banana,
use the same background.
you can try to use the same background, but the characters had to be different. And I'm going
Uh,
to show you how to download the background and put it into your background. Okay. But the dog can't be the dog. It's got to be something you choose. The start button is the same color and everything, but these foods and basically the sprites, they have to be different. And basically, I want these to not represent anything, right? So if it's not an apple, what is it in your household? And we'll talk about those different options that you can use in a moment. So when we talk about the program, you start the program after you hit the green flag. And it says, I'm hungry. Now, if you can't see what I'm doing, or you just mean I can't, but the link to the project is actually in the chat. So I think Mr. Carson shared it a moment ago. If you don't have it, it's in SB. Or if you need me to, I'll put it into the chat again. But what did it say here? Let me hit start. There we go. I'm hungry. Click on the healthy foods to help me eat. So we click on this food, and you notice they go and grab that particular food, and they change color. Okay, and it gives you a description of what that apple did. So if I click on the banana, what happens? Go and grab the banana. Comes back, and so you will be putting in things about these foods you like. Now, keep it clean. Do not you put nothing vulgar in there, but you have to type your own unique scripts for each food too. You can use the ones I have, but you might not choose a banana, right? So you got to be creative as to what you want to use. Now, it doesn't have to be foods. It could be things that make you, have a great day. So if it's a game controller, you consider it a healthy food for your brain. If it's a guitar, that's healthy music for your soul. These are the options you have, but it has to make sense as far as your program. So let me come out of this because you get the idea of what the rest of the foods will do. And I think these values, they alter, if you notice too. Let me open it up again. The values also change. So a lot of programs you guys send me, you got to make sure the program works correctly because you see what it's supposed to do. Don't send code and it's incomplete because it won't work. There'll be some steps missing. So just take your time and do all lines of code. Now the code, and click see inside here. You can see all the segments of code for what are we looking at? The dog, right? So I'm just going to make sure I scroll down. Do not forget there's code down here, right? So this dog has a lot of code. Now I'm going to start off with these three pieces of code with you, But don't forget when you scroll down, you have a lot more to do. And I'm gonna give you 10 minutes to work on it because we have to share out for our demonstration points for today because that factors into your scores. If you don't want to share out, it really, really hurts you because what I'm going to assume is either you didn't want to do the assignment or you really had a issue. Like Miss Greer contacted me this morning, so I'm a little more lenient with her. But she usually turns her assignments in. But when I'm asking you to share and you're present and you didn't tell me anything was wrong with you prior, I have to assume you just didn't do the assignment in the 10 minutes you were given. So just do yourself a favor and practice putting these blocks together because Friday we got a big assignment and it's based upon everything you're learning this week. So try to get it all done and share it out. So let's start on the first three pieces of code at the very top. I'm going to resize this. And now I'm going to click on create a whole new Scratch project. So we're opening up. Okay, so my project is ready. Yours should be ready. I mean, you should have already started your whole new Scratch project under your account. Make sure you're logged in. Also, I think yesterday I told several people, make sure you click on the share button when you start your new Scratch project. If you don't do that, what will happen is, it'll go into your unshared folder and then you're sharing it to me and I can't see it. So that's why it's very vital for you to click on that button and make sure your account is logged in for Scratch. So let me start here because people forgot that part. I'm gonna click on share and it takes me back to the project page. In the project page, let me go to the project page for the code I gave you. You're gonna put this name, Initialization Healthy Habits Remix. So I'm gonna copy this and put it over here. And that's naming it. And I'm gonna say Tyler, just to make it authentic, right? So you can put your name in there, as I've done, and then let's blow this up some so you can see. All I do is I click outside of it, and it should have saved. Project is now shared in green, and then I can go inside and start working on it. So do that first, so you don't forget to do it, and you're not sending me a project that doesn't work. You want it to work so I can grade it, and you can feel like, okay, I got my score for my hard work. So let's go to the first category of code, right? In our first category code, let's make sure we're side by side and looking at our codes. So I'm starting on the dog, but I noticed in my new project page, I got a vital error. I got to remove this default sprite and choose something I want. Okay. Now in this one, it's not a lot of animation because as you saw, the character just slides back and forth. So when we choose our sprites, we don't have to be as strategic because we got a lot of sprites to program. So you could choose, just make sure it's a person. And I don't know what you want to choose. I'm going to choose this batter. And now I got to start coding the batter. So first block of code, as I said, was, when clicked. And we all should be familiar with that one, right? And take that and put that here. The next piece of code is going to be what? Well, if we're looking at it, it says switch costume to. So we can go to looks, and then we come down to switch costume to, right? So, or switch costume to whatever you want them to switch to. Luckily, I chose the batter, and as you saw her animate, she has, I think, 3 different characters or costumes. So switch, we gotta go to, is it looks? And switch costume to, I'm gonna put that there. It shows batter D. And as you can see, because it is batter, it has A, B. So it was about 4 of them in there. And that's fine. Now, what else did they tell us? Go to X and Y. We should be familiar with that. That's a motion. So I'm going to come here, grab that one, and plug it here. All right. Now we have the purple block again, right? Or looks. And it says go to front and then layer. So I'm looking in this list and it says go to and then front layer. You got to come all the way to almost the bottom. I'm going to snap that into place. Okay, so far so good, right? Let's try to take care of these other two pieces around these three segments of code I talked about. So I did let's expand so you can follow. I did this segment of code. I'm going to work on this one next, and this will be last. And then I'm be expecting in 10 minutes for you to finish all of this down here. It's not a lot once you get the hang of snapping them into place. I think I did it. I timed myself for 5 minutes. I'm gonna give you guys 10 for that. But let me finish up the parts I'm supposed to. I'm making sure I'm doing with you. So we got to grab another. Well, that's the third one. We got to grab a when I receive start, and it looks like it's a events, right? So we're gonna look when I receive, and then this one has message. Okay. So the message you can put inside of it, you can click on new message and create start, or you can, begin a different way. I'll leave it up to you. So next we have a say block. Say is sound, right? So let's begin. Oh, nice, nice picture, Mr. Rush. You guys are quick with that stuff. Um, I just noticed that. Okay, so did everybody take a moment and notice Mr. Rush's picture? There's an announcement inside of it, okay? And they'll be doing that differently all the time. So what do we got? I've lost track. That threw me off. Who's coming in the room now? I'm gonna start it again. Okay. I guess they'll come in and then I'll see it on the screen. But I think it was a say block, right? So is it say? It looks like it knows it looks. So it says say. Yeah, it is look. Sorry. So say what? So this is the part where you're gonna start your story. So I'm gonna snap this here, and what do we get? What's inside of there? So inside of that code is I'm hungry. Click on the healthy foods to help me eat. Right? Okay. Make sure you come back there because I was about to say why is your camera off and rush in here with the turn the cameras on emoji. So we'll put that statement here. And that one has to stay because I want you to tell a story about what foods are, and you can say what musics and change it from healthy foods to help me healthy music like it has here healthy food, or you could change it to healthy habits. And you could put like a basketball or something on the countertop and have your character go and grab that and give something that explains why it's a positive thing for you, okay? Does everybody get what I'm saying? Like, understand what I'm talking about or no? So I'm explaining how you got to program your code. Like, Carson, do you understand? And Greer, do you get an understanding? You can nod or say yes. Okay, you get it? All right. What about you, Miss Greer? How did you get the one where it says when I receive start? Oh, that's in events, Miss Greer. So if you're looking at my mouse, you click on events, and then where is it at? It says when I receive.
No, I know that, but mine don't say start. Mine says message one.
Yeah,
Right. That's what I was saying. So you click on new message. You see what I'm doing?
Okay, and press start.
Put in what you want there. Okay. So does that help?
Yeah.
All right. So just making sure you understood what to do. Basically, what I'm saying is, as you go through, this first line of code is when the dog says, "Hey, I'm hungry," right? When you can say, "Hey, I'm not feeling well," like Miss Greer, and then talk about what is it, five things on the countertop that would make you feel better, at least mentally, I guess. All right. Or if it's medicine, you can put that up there. Like I would like some Tylenol. You'll have I don't know if it's a Tylenol Sprite, but you'll have that up there. And you guys can upload images to create whichever sprites too, if you paid attention last time. If I have time, I'll show you again. So let me finish up because I want to give you time to do some in-class work. And I'm going to be checking on it. So this was a statement. You're free to change that one. And most of the statements you can change as long as you make your story make sense. So you just shouldn't be copying and pasting the same statements. It should make sense for everything that you have your character going to interact with. Okay. and the colors you can change too. So let's continue on. Let's scroll over. We got one more piece of code before I start the timer, and it's this one here. It's this third segment of code. And it says when click first, right? So we had to go and grab that. And these two look like variables, those orange blocks. So what did it say again? When clicked, grab one of those and put it here. And I'm just following this line of code here, right? I don't know if you can see it, but it's just this part I'm doing. So I'm looking at that, I see set. So if I go to control, is there a set? Well, no, these are all loops that we talked about yesterday and conditions. But if I go to variables, it says set. And if you notice, if you come here, we have different variables you have to create. Now, I really wanted to get this part of the code done because the variables come back when you do the rest of the code, and you might have forgotten how to set up variables. So let's go through this slowly, because if you're not sure about how many variables you got to create, you click on the variables tab of your source code, and it looks like 1, 2, 3 variables. And then if I come back to the code, you'll think, it's multiple, right? So delete variable, delete the recommended. These are options, but we really have 3 variables we got to set. And I'm going to set up the 3 variables here, and hopefully you don't have to set up any more. But I did see some areas where you got to set up some other variables for other things you like. So let's begin with the first variable we got to set, right? And how do we do that? Because you got to make the variable before we can actually snap the block on to the when click. We click on make variable, and then the first one we want to create was which? Well, it's fruit servings eaten, right? So I'm just looking at the variables I have here. So fruit servings. If you're not sure like how to reword the variables, come back to that, because you probably still got to figure out what your items are going to be on that countertop that you go to for the program. So fruit servings, right? Eaten. That's one variable. Next is what? We have recommended servings of fruit. All right. And as you do these, you'll notice that certain indicators will pop up on the screen, which lets you know you're doing it correctly, because these values you can move around and place them just like we did because in the bottom for the source code, I mean, they're in the bottom for the source code, but yours will pop up by default here, and you can move them around later. All right, so I got one more to go, right? Because I had said 3 variables at least. And the third variable is, let's see here, unhealthy. So I'm going to come here, make variable, and it's unhealthy. So these are bad things that you think your variables can contribute. So if I go outside and I play basketball, what's the bad things? And you give us a point value system to that if you choose. So kind of unhealthy. Food servings eaten. All right, and then I'm gonna hit OK. Cool. I got my 3 variables. So when I'm ready to do the next step, which is code 2 sets or 2 forms of set variables, I can't because they exist now. So the first one is set, right? And I put that here. And is that what they want us to code? So it is set to 0, right? The next one is, set, and then it's recommended servings of fruit. So I look here, I do have a recommended servings of fruit, and I actually can grab the same set and just change the setting. And it's going to be recommended servings of fruit. Okay. So I think this one had 3. So set it to 3. And now, okay, Miss Love, are you back from the bathroom? Checking back with you, dear. You disappeared. Follow up with her. All right. So this is the lines of code that I want to start you off with, just to refresh your memory. And I thought the hardest part would be the variables in case you forgot how to do that. But the rest is on you. You need to be figuring out your backdrop and just getting in the 10 minutes you have that I'm about to give you. This is that gradual release part. You should be working on all these lines of code below. Shouldn't be hard. See, there's another variable that pops up. And I thought that was the biggest thing that I need to remind you of. Okay. So let's set a clock. You're going to make a note to check on love in about 2 more minutes. Where's my clock at? There it is. So 10 minutes. And then after this 10 minutes is up, I mean, be expecting you to show your screen. Okay. You need at least 70% of it done. I'm not asking for the whole thing because you need more than 10 minutes for that, but you should have a good portion of that bottom line of code done. Okay. I'm back. Thank you for responding. You got to turn your camera back on and try to catch up with the rest of the class. We already finished these 3 parts of code, Miss Love, and now you got to work on the rest of the code in this 10 minutes. Everybody will have to share out, and this goes towards today's in-class work score or demonstration. Um, so you should, if you don't, you should be getting this, and I think everybody else is probably down here if they were following along. So 9 minutes, we share our screens out one by one and see how far we've made it. Yeah, I hear you. That's where we got to contact home. We talked about that in our meeting. You're gonna have to get better with sharing it. Maybe Mr. Irvin or one of the staff can talk to you and the parent and get that going. But you need that for class. Okay, 3 more minutes, and we're gonna do presentations and see where we're at. Miss Love, what happened to your camera? Miss Love, are you there? Hmm. Huh? What's happened to your camera? For one, please turn it on. Thank you, Miss Love. You gotta keep your camera on, dear. It's a CPS policy. It's not mine. All right, you guys have been soldiers. It's 2 more minutes. All you need to do is present your screen share, showing what you have, and you can leave early. Um, if you have nothing to present, I'm gonna need you to stick around with me the entire time because it's. I think it'll be about 9 minutes we have for sharing. I wanted to talk about grades and attendance, uh, and that was going to be it for today. So 1 minute and 30 seconds. If you're wondering where do these points go, sometimes if you guys will notice, when I've locked the grade book a previous week, I'll go back and add participation or demonstration points. So if you did no assignment or you got a zero on assignment, it'll reflect as a 50. So this is where I'm really telling you, you got to fix your screens, your technology, all that has to be functional. You guys almost like college students, and I'm trying to help you understand that because everything is virtual now. All right, so the simulations, when you share your screen, I want to see your code last. I want you to go to your project page and simulate what you've done. So when you begin sharing, whomever starts first, you you of course present, and then you click on see project page and expand the simulation and start it, and just see how far you've gotten. Then we'll look at your code, and that'll be it for each person. Okay, so let me stop this clock. Okay, stop that. All right, so let's go through it. So, Mr. Carson, can you go first? I'm just going down the list. We'll
Okay.
come to Miss Love and then Miss Greer.
You presented though.
Oh, you're right. Thank you, sir. I totally forgot that. All right, you have the floor, sir. Okay, you're great. You're golden. Okay, so now you go to. Okay, yeah. Oh wow, you found a refrigerator. That was creative. I didn't know they had that in there. Okay, is that a refrigerator or is it a lunchroom
Yeah,
or what?
that's refrigerator.
Okay, all right. I was trying to look. Okay, so can you go to your project page? You shared it. Thank you, and you said you named it. Okay, good. Now expand that simulation in the corner.
This
Yes, just yeah, expand it. Click on that, and then hit the flag, and let's see how far you've gotten.
I didn't
Okay.
I didn't do my fruit.
You got a second character in there, so you got the first character all the way done. Let's see your code. Go back to your you hit the expand button again, and then go back to see inside. You got a lot done, I see. Okay, can you scroll down in that first? Oh, you got four sprites. Yeah, you really okay? So scroll down. Okay, do you got all the code for that first one, or
No,
just
not
so you got a good chunk of it done? All right,
yeah.
so thank you. That's all I needed for your demonstration point. So you can stop presenting, and you're free to go. But just give me about 2 more minutes. Well, You're free to go. We can discuss grades tomorrow. So I want you to have a good break. Miss Greer, you have anything you can share, maybe? Okay, she's got her camera off. Oh, there she is. Okay, she's not saying anything. Tamia, do you have anything to share? No. Okay. Can you share your screen though? Okay, Greer, thank you. Oh, she's on the laptop. Okay, cool. She's up and running. All right. Um, can you show me your? Okay, so on that side, are you using costumes or the backdrops? In the backdrops.
No,
Okay, so you found an old kitchen, huh? Okay, that was
I don't
creative.
know why did I do that when I
Why do what?
hold on 1 second.
You got to expand your screen, Miss Greer.
I know,
Okay, there you go. There you go.
but it usually hold on. I did this the other day.
Oh, okay. You did it the other day, but I gave you the assignment today.
No, I'm saying no. I did this like when I put my own backdrop on there and had
Oh, okay. Okay. You've been playing with it. Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, you got a lot of code done.
I got all of that.
It's okay. Just got all that. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I'm proud of you. All right. You just gotta get the rest of the characters done and make sure you turn it in. You're free to go. I haven't given y'all guys a break, so great job. We'll get it all done by 8 p.m. Oh, you yawning? All right, you're gonna make me yawn. Okay, go. Just get it all done. Okay, Miss Love, can you at least? We need to work on that screen sharing. We gotta work on that. So, can we walk through the process so I can make sure I tested it out with you?
Yeah.
Okay, I was waiting for your microphone to come on. All right, so can you click on present? Do you see it in your Google Meet? So,
Yeah.
okay, click on that.
Mhm.
And then what does it tell you?
It said your entire screen, a window, a Chromebook tab.
All right, dear. I need you to click on the entire window.
Okay.
When you clicked on it, did another menu come up?
No.
Okay, look at all your screens because it should ask you to share a certain screen. Like, does a white box pop up?
Yeah.
And then does it show you like a couple of screens you can select?
Yeah.
Click on one of the screens you want to share. Then click the share button.
It's not letting me.
Okay, I gotta figure that out. All right, I'll get in touch with Irvin and hopefully he can work that out with you. But you're free to go, dear. So you let me sleepy. Get ready for your next class. You gotta wake up. You gotta make it through the day, right? She mad at me. All right, it'll be okay.